Thank you so much for joining in. We are back again in Chennai. We've been here several times already. We spoke to AstraZeneca, we spoke to Renault. If you haven't seen those videos, they're going to be in the link in the comments section. But today we are with an iconic brand, a brand that defined the automotive space. We are with them at their GCC in Chennai, and we're going to go with them for a ride, literally. Hi, Gangapriya. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. A lovely campus. Thank you so much for having us. And it's a pleasure to have you on this ride with us around your campus.
I think it's going to be a wonderful ride.
Gangapriya, let me first jump in on the fact that your center here provides a wide range of solutions to Ford as a company. Talk to us a little bit about how you are expanding that service offering. What are some of the new things that you guys are working on?
So I think, FBS is sort of very well positioned within Ford Motor Company, and I would say very uniquely so.
Right.
Because our work touches pretty much all the functions and divisions that we have within Ford Motor Company, right from accounting, Ford credit operations, to our new organization Ford Pro, and then of course product development, software engineering. We cover the entire gamut, and support is provided from here. So that's what I would think is really something that you see unique about FPS as a GCC. So that's one thing that I'd want to highlight. The other thing is that we are fairly tech driven in our approach. And we are trying to sort of look at using technology for doing a lot of the work that is done out of the center, whether it is in traditional areas and functions like HR and finance, to new areas like software engineering, product development, where we are doing a significant amount of work using technology. So if you look at product development specifically, I think our contributions are in the area of engineering design. We do a lot of analytical simulations, and then of course embedded software, which is increasingly becoming part of our portfolio. Our teams work extensively on software development and validation for ADAS, and that's a growing area that we see, which also means that we are getting much more talented people with very unique skill sets. Much of the growth that we are likely to see in the next few years will be in the area of software development.
Right.
It will be in even traditional areas as we are implementing SAP across various functions. We are going to see tech-driven functional areas that are going to see a lot of new hiring happening.
I mean, data is playing such a critical role in every company's journey, right? I'm presuming that's the case with Ford as well. And I'm presuming your centers here are playing a very critical role as far as data is concerned. So would you like to throw some light on how you are exactly managing the governance, and do you have some sort of a central governance here? How do you really manage your data resources within Ford, especially from these centers?
So actually we have almost 1,000 employee organization focused on data and analytics. Right. We call it Global Data Insights and Analytics Organization, and within that we have a platform and engineering organization, which is really working on putting that data platform together for use by the entire enterprise. Now, if you really look at their mission, it's really multifaceted. One, they are trying to democratize data, so make it available to everybody in a form that is consumable, because it's going to set a lot of the users free and allow them to make some really new discoveries and insightful decisions. So I think that's one area. The second is, the focus on the quality of data, the single source of truth. And here again, we are having the data standards being put in place so that, we are able to rely on the data that we have, and it is good enough for the users to be able to use it and obviously put it to whatever use they want. And maybe again, it's going to be in terms of those insightful decisions. And this is not just about past data. We're also ensuring that in future, as we are collecting data, the quality, reliability of that data remains of the quality that we are looking for. Yeah, so that's the other area. We are also looking at what data standards we will have. Yeah, so that's how do you use data, what kind of data can be used. All of that is will come into play. So the team here is actually playing a very significant role in making sure how this data that is generated within the company through our various processes from our vehicles, all of that is sort of cleansed and made available for users.
Which I think is a significant task given the number of vehicles you have on the road and the amount of data that they would be collecting, right? It's not by no means a trivial task to do that. Let's talk a little bit about digital transformation. Where does this center play a role within the overall digital transformation of Ford, and what's that journey like?
So Ford itself is on a huge transformation when it comes to its products, its support, and how it sort of shows up to its customers. Right. So there is a large global transformation that is currently underway. And I believe that as a GCC, it's very important for us to sort of support that digital transformation. And a lot of it has to do with the processes that sort of enable the transformation of Ford as a company. And that is really what the focus of the team here is. Other thing is that, we're using tools and technology that will help us with this digital transformation. For instance, task mining or process mining is an area that you may be aware. We have a lot of legacy systems. So data is really all over the place, and maybe over the years they have sort of evolved to support the processes that we have. So we have an opportunity to use task and data mining to gain insights in terms of what's really happening behind the processes as we see it, and if there are opportunities for efficiencies and better flow of data, and are there any insights that we can draw from the way our processes are set up. So I think that's another area. The third is, of course, the much talked about an area which is using AI and ML tools, which is increasing in acceptance within the organization. At least we are at a stage where we're looking at use cases, POCs, and in some areas we have progressed beyond as well. And we are able to, in small ways, use AI and ML for simplifying the work that we do, for allowing human employees to do higher order work.
So you're actually seeing results on
Absolutely. In all of these, we have a key metric around driving efficiencies. And all of this is resulting in some efficiencies, either in terms of headcount or just in terms of the process efficiencies. And it's important also for me to mention that all of those efficiencies are all fine, but even the quality of output is far better than what we used to deliver before. With access to data, with access to these tools, we're also able to make some smart decisions based on whatever outputs come out of it.
Today, given how the GCC ecosystem itself is evolving, obviously Gen AI is a big part of it, but everyone's incorporating a bunch of different areas into their service offerings that they didn't have before. And the other thing that's becoming very attractive is the ability for centers to quickly set up in India and then rapidly scale from there. And this is one of the areas where we are seeing a lot of interest by the different governments, the state governments, right? And as you are well aware, even in Tamil Nadu, there is a long, strong push for GCCs to be set up in the state. So talk to us a little bit about what kind of government interactions you have, what support do you receive from them? What's your take on that?
I think much to the credit of the government in Tamil Nadu and successive governments over the years, we have been around for the last 25 years. It's what I would call a business-friendly environment. Right. So the governments have progressively and over time listened to what our requirements and needs are and ensured that their services are supportive of that. They've made doing business in Tamil Nadu a lot easier without having the normal friction that one experiences. Other thing that I would say is the focus of the government on developing infrastructure. That has played a significant role, and we continue to see that there's constant investments made in that area.
Right.
Third, and a very important aspect as far as Tamil Nadu is concerned, is the focus that they have had on education. And that is, at the end of it, resulted in a number of colleges and institutions that produce very fine talent that we are able to leverage for our expanding operations.
Given the fact that when we look at some of the largest GCCs in the state, Ford is definitely up there, given the sheer number of people that you have, the number of people you employ, the kind of skilled workforce that you need. So I think from all sides, this is a very important example for Tamil Nadu in terms of the GCC community. And when it comes to employability and the kind of skill sets that you spoke about, that also requires a very strong talent development program. So I think this is something that will probably be very close to your heart. But talk to us about how you are shaping the talent of the future. What's your take on how you look at the next 2, 3, 4 years and where you see talent going, and how is Ford getting ready, especially in Chennai, to have the right kind of talent?
So I think we have to sort of work on all cylinders as far as talent is concerned, because we need to bring in the right kind of talent, which gives us access to the newer, the more sophisticated skill sets that we currently may not have within the organization. Because we are increasingly taking on work within the GCC here in FBS, which is being done for the first time in Ford Motor Company itself. So we need to support it with the right kind of talent. The second thing that we have to do is to develop our talent. And I mentioned a little earlier that, making sure that we have digitally savvy talent.
Right.
Along with functionally competent individuals is very important. So a lot of focus in the last year and a half, if I may say, is on developing the talent to pick up the nuances of the various tools and technologies that are available, that are going to be almost mandatory for people to know and understand as they sort of go about their work. So we have a lot of people, and here again I must say that kudos to our employees who are always open to learning. They pick up all of the new tools that they can use, whether it is for simple process automation, whether it is for creating dashboards. They become self-sufficient. So we have created an army of citizen developers who are able to manage the requirements within their area of work.
I mean, look, Gangapriya, I think Ford is an iconic company. I think it's been a revolutionizing force as far as automotive industry is concerned, and the fact that you have such a large established center in Chennai is testament to the fact that Ford really believes in India, and more importantly in Chennai as a hub for its next generation skills. But I wanted to thank you for joining us on this ride. It's been an absolute pleasure talking to you, and as always, we learn every day when we talk to leadership like yourself about what's happening in the GCC world. Thank you very much, and it's an honor to have you on this episode.